Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of Memory Lane here on Gaming Blues Empire. And once again, we're playing some more LCD Tiger Electronic games. And just a long story short, if your parents cannot afford to get you a Sega Genesis back in the day, this is probably what you ended up with right here. Let's zoom out here. And what we have here is a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 LCD handheld, and this one's in pretty good shape. As you can see there. And these were pretty much cookie cut handhelds, so they usually all have the same copyrights and everything. It's like the original design was from 1988. I'm guessing that this handheld probably came out in more than likely probably 92. You can see all the scuff marks on it. You know, all the wear and tear. This thing's been played. Alright, let's turn it around and let's look at the obvious, the graphics. We have the Sonic and Knuckles. No, not Knuckles, Tails. Forgive me for that. We got Tails on the left side, we got Sonic on the right side. We got the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 logo on top. We got the electronic Sega logo thing on the top left hand side. And we got the Tiger logo right there in the center. And pretty cool looking stuff. And once again, we have very, very similar buttons as in comparison to like the first Sonic handheld. Except on the first one, they actually put wording around where the D-pad is instead of directions. So the up and the down had wording around it. And the action button right here had like a spin dash or something like that. Just so you guys can see it, this is what the first one looked like. They have supersonic spin and they had jump up and down. Pretty cool looking. And this is the second one, so they made it more simplistic, which is good. This is unnecessary to have all the text and all that stuff there. Alright, let's see if we can play this. Another thing with these handhelds, you have to aim them just right just so you can see the screen. And I think right here is okay. We're going to try to keep it like that. So you aim it like this. Alright, right there should be okay. Alright, let's turn it on. Let's look at the buttons here. We got the off, the sound, the pause, the on and off button, and the start. And it does say 1992 right here. So I'm assuming that this is definitely a 92 handheld. And this is basically what we're going to be playing here. Let's try this out. Now, if you're a kid from the 90s, or if your childhood was in the 90s and the 80s, you probably definitely remember these handhelds quite a bit. They're being passed around, traded. You trade them with your friends, have fun. Alright, that was a very, very good, nice attempt. Oh boy, what's going on here? And we are running. Yeah, it looks like we actually have platforms this time. You can actually see the platforms running, which is pretty wild. You can actually go around. Let's see if we can do it. You can go around the loop. Alright, we have to back up here. Let's do a spin dash. Yeah, you see him building up. That's actually pretty cool. I've actually never played this one before. Right, let's see if we can focus this camera. The audio on it is pretty, standard for these handhelds. They're not. You'll get a headache after a while. Trying to focus the camera here. Alright, here we go. Spin dash. I think I died. So this one is a little bit more busier. And so you have to aim it just right so you don't get no light into the actual screen here. And that looks like Dr. Robotnik right there. I killed him. And I think we got to the end of the level there. That was pretty cool. It's a nice, crazy attempt to make a whole Sonic stage in a handheld like this, which is pretty crazy. But you know, that's what we played back in the day. Couldn't afford a Sega Genesis. This was it. Let's see, get up there and there we go. So the one thing I'm gonna turn it off for a second here. Let me see if I can bring this back here for a second. All right, so when you first turn this on, you actually hear the Sonic actual music. They made an attempt to actually have the Sonic music inside the handheld, which is pretty cool. Now, in the first handheld, you definitely did not get that. This is just an example here. This is the first one. Oh, I have the batteries out of it, so you can't actually hear it. But the first one, you can go back and watch the video. I did not have the actual Sonic theme. It just sounded like generic sound effects and audio. Now this one, they actually made an attempt to actually have some actual Sonic the Hedgehog music. And for a little Tiger handheld, that's impressive. And here we go. And these things were pretty cheap back in the day, probably between $15 to $25, I would say. So instead of paying $200 for a console, you technically just buy one of these, I guess. And these were pretty cool to travel with. Keep you busy. The batteries do die quick on these things. Let's say within a couple days, you're going to have to replace the batteries. And it's pretty amazing that they actually put the whole, whatever the hell you want to call that, that large spinning thing from Sonic the Hedgehog, the platforming portion. Like right here, look at this. You have to do a spin dash and then make it around the loop. I guess that's called the loop. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is all you newer kids out there that are watching this. More than likely, your mother and father back in the day played this. Well, the sound button doesn't work. Look at this. Oh, it does work. So yeah, your mother and father probably more than likely played these handhelds. They Tiger Electronics started making these aiming towards boys, and then they started making basically the same exact shaped handhelds, but aimed towards girls as well. So they were piping these things out left and right. They had all kinds of handhelds, and most of them were pretty bad. This one's definitely not that good. The first Sonic handheld was probably better in my opinion. But yeah, these things were cookie cut, man. So they just mass produce these things and just slapped whatever license graphics they could on these things, and they probably made the actual game itself really, really quick within a matter of like probably a month or so, and then that was it. You can see with the actual, that's Dr. Robotnik right there, or Eggman. I'm pretty sure that's who that's supposed to be. And you have Sonic on the left side. Yeah, that's what those handhelds look like up close. And you play these, you had to position them just right when you're outside just to see. So the light. These actually weren't too bad when it came to the lighting, so you can actually see them okay. But the original Game Boy and Game Gear, you had to be just right to see it. But these were okay. You can see it pretty good right there. Yeah, that's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. A crappy Tiger Electronic version of the handheld. It's a classic. If you guys want to see more handheld Tiger Electronic handhelds, comment down below and let me know what you think. It's craptastic. Pretty awesome.